pianoplay.com. Hi everyone, welcome back to another free piano lesson by pianoplay.com. This is David here, and today we're going to take piano chords and I'm going to show you how to play them on the piano in order to accompany a musical song. So we're going to divide a song into four main elements: the melody, the tune of the song, the harmony, which is the chords, the bass, which is the lowest part of a musical composition, and the rhythm, which is the time unit we're going to use in order to know how long we're going to keep a chord before we move to the next chord. So let's start with the melody. The melody is basically the tune of the song. It's the most dominant part of the song. If we take Jingle Bells, for example, this is the melody of Jingle Bells. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Okay? So, because the melody is the most dominant part of a song, we're going to play it on the higher register of the piano. So let me show you the three main registers. Roughly, I'm going to show you where they are located on the piano. We go from the note A to A in a higher octave. So, the lowest register is here, from this A to this A, roughly, right? We can go also to here, but this is roughly the lower register of the piano, from A to A. The middle register of the piano is from this A, close to middle C, and the A above middle C. This is middle C. Okay? And the higher register of the piano is this, A to A. We will find that we sometimes play the melody also here, so between the middle register and the higher register, okay? And it depends of if we play the melody on the piano or if a singer sings the melody. Because sometimes a singer with a higher voice will sing here, but a tenor or someone with a lower voice can sing the melody in this area. But since we are talking about accompanying a song on the piano, we basically say that the melody, because it's the most dominant part of a song and of a piece, a musical piece, it will probably go to the higher register, so to here. The next element is the harmony. The harmony is basically the chords, a combination of three notes played at the same time, and we use the chords to accompany the melody. So if we talk about the middle register from A to A, we will play the chords basically on the middle register on the piano. They sound the best on the middle register on the piano. Okay, so a C chord is played between this A to this A. Now a G chord, for example, we learned it in the previous lesson, is played here, so it already goes to the higher register of the piano, right? From here it's the higher register. So we will speak about what we're doing in order to keep chords on the middle register of the piano where they usually sound best. That will happen in the next piano lesson where we speak about chord inversions. So we have the melody on the higher register of the piano, which is the tune of the song, and the chords, the harmony, which are played on the middle register of the piano. What are we doing with the lower register of the piano? This is where we play the bass. The bass is the lowest part of a musical composition, and it's the second most important element in a musical composition. Basically, we can say that every musical composition is built up of the bass, which is the lowest note of a chord, and the melody line. So, we have the bass part, the melody line, and everything that happens in between. This is how music is made of. So we have three elements on three different registers on the piano, but we have only two hands. So how are we going to combine these three elements into two hands? So because we are accompanying a song, we will sing the melody, play the bass with the left hand, the chord with the right hand. So we won't be playing the melody in the higher register, but we will sing it instead. So if I take Jingle Bells, which starts with a C major chord, for example, I'm going to play the bass, the keynote of C major chord with the left hand, the harmony, the chords on the middle register of the piano, and I'm going to sing Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. But if I wanted to play the melody, I would play it probably here. So I can choose whether I'd like to play the melody or sing it. And in our case, I'm going to teach you how to accompany songs. So I'm going to sing the melody while I accompany the song. So what's the fourth element we miss? Is the rhythm. Music moves through time. That's why we need somehow to measure the length of the chords, to know how long we have to count before we move to the next chord. Now, I made a piano tutorial about music rhythm where I explain fully about how music rhythm works. So please make sure you went through this piano tutorial if you haven't done so yet. But basically, for example, if Jingle Bells is in 4 quarters, so it means that the beats are divided to groups of 4, and then we know how long we have to hold a chord before we go to the other. For example, C major chord, this is the bass and this is the harmony, the lower register and the higher register. And we have to play like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we had 2 chords and each one lasted 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in the third group of 4 beats, we played 1, 2, so 2 counts C major. In the 3 and 4, we went to F and then back to C. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, and then started a new group of 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I can measure and completely tell you how long you have to hold a chord, and that's what we use rhythm for. Later on, we're going to create interesting rhythms, interesting combinations between the left hand and the right hand, between the bass and the harmony, using this time unit that will help us to make a song interesting and idiomatic, so to make it in a certain genre, in a certain style, to create more interest in the song. For now, you already know the 4 main elements in a musical piece or a musical song. The bass, which is the basic note of the chord, which is played in the lower register. The chords, which are played in the middle register, which is a combination of 3 notes played at the same time, which we use to accompany a song. And the melody, which is the most dominant element in music, the tune of the song. And we saw that we play the bass in the left hand and the chords in the right hand, and we sing the melody. This is how we accompany piano songs. I hope you enjoyed this piano lesson, and in the next piano lesson I'm going to teach you about chord inversions, which we're going to use in order to keep the chords in the middle register of the piano instead of performing jumps from one chord to the other. So this will be very useful. I'll see you in the next piano lesson. Bye guys.
Piano play it. Piano play it.com